Well, hello, folks, and welcome to Module 2. For the next few minutes, I'll be discussing concepts presented in Chapter 1 of your textbook. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but I look a little different today. Got a new haircut. Yeah, I'm looking pretty fabulous for my video lecture. At any rate, Chapter 1 is kind of an overview of basic concepts that will be covered and reiterated throughout the semester. It takes a philosophical view of what constitutes good writing and what the process of writing is like for media professionals. First, you should note the characteristics of good writing. Stovall says that good writing is clear, concise, simple, and to the point. Of course, this makes sense. If you consider for a moment this passage from a book that is titled On Bullshit. This publication is a small, pocket-sized book that takes an academic look at the origins of the word bullshit. However, if you take a moment to read this passage from the book, think about what you notice about it. I'm just going to hang out here for a moment and give you a second to read this. If you're like me, you'll find that it's pretty hard to make out what the heck this fellow is talking about. Now, this is a legitimate book that made it onto the New York Times bestseller list. However, this is not a good example of the type of writing that you should be practicing in this class. Why? Well, because it's very difficult. It's written in very difficult language that is hard for most folks to understand. When we write for mass audiences, you don't want them to have to seek out a dictionary to decipher the meaning of what's written, primarily because almost nobody is going to take the time to carefully pick apart your words with reference materials in order to be able to interpret meaning. They will quickly give up on it and move on, as I did when I attempted to read the book on bullshit. So the key here is to remember to write with simple words and language so that audiences will stay with you as you try to convey your story to them. And that's really what we're doing at the most basic level. We are telling stories. We don't fabricate information or devise our own plot like fictitious stories do. Rather, what we're doing is assimilating and gathering facts and information, then we're compiling it into a form that is easily consumed by the average person. This is a very important concept when writing in this field, so I hope this idea sticks with you throughout this course and beyond. Another aspect is knowing your subject. It's always important to do research on what topic you're going to be writing about. And one of the cool things about this profession is that you're always being asked to write about new things that you are probably not familiar with. So you learn lots of new things along the path of a career like this. During my 20-year career, I've written articles and scripts about wine tasting, American Indian tribes, cooking techniques, designing solar-powered homes, fishing, poverty. Heck, I even once wrote and produced a video about how to prevent listeria from getting into poultry processing plants. None of these were subjects that I knew anything about before undertaking the projects, but I researched and consulted with experts who helped me get the facts straight while I wrote these projects in ways that the general public could understand them. The rest of this chapter offers good advice on basic philosophical ideas behind what makes good writing, so be sure to read the chapter and complete the exercises assigned in this week's module. Have a great week, and I will see you all next week. Hey, did you guys happen to notice that I have a tail? Like, check that out. It's pretty awesome. I was playing around with it while you were reading on bullshit.